So, I always gotta check to make sure this thing is recording. So I just left the gym. It is currently 6:35 in the morning. And for some reason, when I walked inside to come home, something crossed my mind, and it was really just think before you act. Think before you move. Like, really sit and think before you decide to do anything. And obviously a lot of people have impulsive problems. I'm one of them people. I am a very impulsive person at times. And so I'm pretty much making this video to say like my thoughts on it. Really just saying for a lot of people out there to just think, really think before you decide to do anything, because a lot of times we make decisions without even thinking about it. And I'm super guilty of that. I make a lot of decisions sometimes and don't really think about it. I know I've done a lot of things that may have upset a lot of people, just dealing with myself and trying to figure out certain things. My biggest thing about me is just not wanting to do shit or talk or be around people when I'm going through certain shit, because I just don't like to bring that energy to other people. I don't care how much you care or how much you feel like, well, we can talk it out or we can work it out or it's not going to affect me, but it's just like, it's always been something in me that's like, nah, bro, like, I just don't want to keep bringing that energy around other people. And everybody don't take that too well, but yeah, a lot of people just don't think before they do certain stuff. Me personally, I made a lot of impulsive decisions, and that shit did not work out for me. And it at one point it was like getting to me like, damn, I fucked up, I'm an idiot, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I was talking real bad about myself, but then I thought about it like, bro, like, just start really thinking about certain shit before you actually do it, and give yourself like reasons what would happen, what really like in real life could happen if I decide to do this, or what's gonna happen if I don't do this. Like, really think that shit through before you decide to be like, oh well, I got this idea, let me just do it just because I used to think, okay, if I get a certain idea, then I'm gonna just act on it. And not all of my ideas are good ideas to act on, because there's times, especially in desperate times, there's desperate times where you feel like, oh, this is a great idea, especially right here, right now. And that's probably the worst fucking idea ever. So like, I sat down, I ain't even sit down, I literally just thought about this. Like, I walked in and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I done made all these crazy decisions, and it was really based off me not even thinking about these decisions. I just did it. Certain things, when we sit down and actually think through, 9 times out of 10 gonna work out, because we thought of every possible logical, like, okay, this is actually what could happen if this happens, or this gonna happen if this happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you really just have to like kind of like make a checklist for real, in a way. Like, okay, if I decide to do this, what is going to happen to me? Like, what am I gonna lose? What am I gonna gain? Type shit. So it's like, you gotta compare. Like, if I'm working here making this amount, and I leave and go here and I'm not making shit, what's going to happen in my life around me? Like, if I'm working out this amount and I'm progressively gaining or losing, depending on whatever you want to do, what if I switch it up to this? What's really gonna happen? What if I stop doing it that way and do it this way? Am I gonna continue to gain or lose, or is it gonna get worse? Is it gonna get better? Like, if I'm making money doing this, but I stop doing that because I seen someone doing it this way, what's really gonna happen? Am I gonna make more money because I seen them doing it that way and they're making more money? Am I gonna fuck up what I got going and not make no money at all? Like, it's just a lot of different scenarios. So it's like, when you have a certain idea, or when something comes to your, like, when something comes to you, like, really think about it. Like, actually, I had to make sure we're still recording, because this shit be tripping sometimes. But really sit down and think, like, what what can really happen in real life. Not what you think, but what really is going to happen if you decide to make certain decisions. And so, yeah, that was just something that I thought about. And it was kind of like a light bulb moment. Like, damn, bro, like all the shit you done went through and put yourself through, like, just start thinking a little bit more. And it's crazy to say that because I'm a terrible overthinker, but like at times where I should overthink and really analyze certain shit, I just do it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of really thinking like, oh, what's gonna happen if I do that? I just be like, fuck it, the situation I'm in, this gotta be it. And then you just, you know what I'm saying? So it's like certain situations, actually sit down and ask yourself, like, what is going to happen if I do this? And that could change a whole lot, because now you got to think about this area and that area and this area and that area. I made a decision in the beginning of this year, and where I am now, if I hadn't made the decision, I know for a fact I would not be where I am. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying like in a good way. Like I'd be good, I'd be straight, I'd be, you know what I'm saying? Like not dealing with certain shit. But I don't know. At the same time, stuff happened for a reason. But I know if I hadn't done what I did, I'd be okay right now in certain areas in my life. But yeah, hold on. Alright, I'm back. I had to restart it because I didn't want it to cut off. But yeah, if I hadn't made certain decisions, yeah, things definitely would have been different. But moral of this whole video, if you have certain ideas or certain thoughts or something comes to your attention and you be like, okay, well maybe I should, or maybe let's try or whatever, really sit down and think, like question yourself, like, okay, if I do this, what really is gonna happen to me? Like, is my life gonna get better? Is my life gonna get worse? Is my life gonna get harder? Is it gonna get easier? Like, really sit down and question yourself, because if I had sat down and questioned myself, I probably wouldn't have made that decision a couple months back. And I know I wouldn't financially be in a crazy situation. I'd be okay right now. Like, but certain things happened and I just thought maybe, okay, this is the time for me to jump and do like my own thing in life and try to take matters in my own hands and see what can come from it. And nothing really came from it. I mean, I got to travel a little bit. I got to waste time pretty much. So it wasn't I ain't gonna say it wasn't no good outcome, because I really got to sit down and think to myself and like figure out a whole lot more about myself. But at the same time, I was very unproductive and very in my room, like a lot. So it was a good and bad, I guess you would say. But like I said, it did give me a lot of time to think a whole lot more about me, who I am, what I like, what I don't like. Like I haven't completely found out exactly who I am, but I found out a lot more about myself, if that makes sense. So I really be feeling like life is just like trying to figure out who you are. Not even trying to find your purpose, but just trying to find you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we stress out. I know, at least I do. I stress out so much, like, who am I? I don't know what my purpose is on earth. And I feel like I don't have a purpose and blah, 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 blah. My biggest thing was always caring so much about everybody else around me and not caring enough about myself. And now that I'm like caring more about myself and not letting a lot of shit get to me, because back in the day, certain things would be said to me, or certain people would say certain stuff to me, or people would say things like just anything that would get under my skin. And now it's just like, why am I allowing how they feel to affect me? That's how they feel. It don't matter to me, because that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just little situations that be going on. And now that I'm just like not letting certain shit get to me, I think that was my biggest thing. I always cared so much more about how other people felt or how other people thought, and I really was putting my own feelings and emotions to the side for other people. And now that I don't do that no more, it's like it is what it is. Oh, I'm upset because of this, or this not cool, that not cool, or this person is unhappy because of certain decisions. Okay, this is my life. I'm gonna do what I want to do at the end of the day. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just having to really focus on me. Like when you have to focus on yourself, I think a lot of people misunderstand that. Focus on yourself, like really focus. It's not selfish, but it's just like you really have to find you and focus on you. And in order to really find yourself, you have to like be with yourself and really see what you like, what you don't like, and what upsets you, what don't upset you, what calms you down, what brings you up. You know, like you have to learn all that about yourself. And I think that's what the biggest thing about life is. Cause now I ain't gonna lie, like after I left the gym, bro, I was driving home and I felt like I was floating. Like I really felt like I was okay. And that's me like really speaking, like not faking a certain emotion or lying about my feelings. Like I really felt okay today, like leaving the gym. I was like, damn, life really not that bad. And it's not that great, but it's not as bad as my mind was making it out to be. So yeah, had to make sure we still recording. So yeah, just figure out who you are, focus on you. Do not give a fuck about what other people think or what they say or how they feel about certain shit. If you're taking time to yourself to figure out who you are, and if you're trying to just like understand certain things about yourself, it's not selfish. I mean, like, if you're a certain type of person and people know that you're a certain type of person, they should understand certain things about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to really make that make sense, but if you cope a certain way and people know you cope a certain way, they should respect that. I feel like that's how it is. If somebody cope a certain way towards me, hey, maybe I'm just different. I don't really be like too tripping about it. Because when I used to trip about shit, I'd be looking crazy. So now I don't give a fuck about nothing for real. It's just like, oh, he's so nonchalant, oh, he this, oh, he that. But it's just like, I'm worried about me now. I'm focused on me now. I'm trying to figure out who I am. I'm not really giving too much, I'm not paying too much attention to like somebody else's feelings or how somebody else is whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have to focus on me and understand me, because at the end of the day, it's me. It's really just me. So I don't know how people gonna take that. I don't know how y'all gonna take that. But focus on you. Like, figure out who you are. And then once you figure out you and have that self-love and self-care and all this stuff, so then go out there and try to, you know, talk to other people, pour into other people. Because like, you can't keep pouring into people when nobody else is giving back to you. Like, you really gotta, you really have to pour into yourself more. Like, get yourself together for real. Don't care too much about nobody else. Like, stop trying to care so much about other people. That's my biggest thing. I'm really speaking to myself, but like, stop pouring so much and talking so much in other people and trying to pour life into people and motivate and this and that and this and that. Like, you can do that, but you really need to do that shit for yourself too. More for yourself too. Main thing, focus on yourself. Build yourself up. Praise yourself. Motivate yourself. Push yourself just like you try to push other people. I'm really speaking to myself. And have a healthy relationship at the same time with, like, you know, your friends and people that actually care. Which I gotta work on that shit too, because I'm terrible with that. Like, I am fucking terrible with that. But yeah, try to balance everything out. You know what I'm saying? But that's my little rant for the day. Rant, talk, whatever you want to call it. But remember, think. Out of everything I just said, remember to think before you act. Always think before you act. Think before you act. Key takeaways. Think before you act. Think more about yourself. Figure out who you are. And pour into yourself as much as you would pour into other people. Just be good to yourself. Honestly. Because I wasn't good to myself for a long time. A long time. And I'm not even saying I'm good to myself now, but I'm working on it. But anyway. So yeah. It is what it is. It's been your boy. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.